Matt Dolan with Dolan Divorce Lawyers in Connecticut, and today what I'm going to talk about are the steps that one needs to take in order to try to keep their home address confidential from the public, but more importantly from the opposing party. And you can do it if there are certain safety concerns that you don't want the opposing party, whether it's your spouse or your ex-spouse or the parent of your children, or somebody you have a dating relationship with or had, if you're filing a restraining order, etc. But there are steps you can take in order to try to keep your address confidential. So let me first share the statute with you. I'm going to share my screen. So 46B-115S, as in Sam, of the Connecticut General Statutes, specifically subsection E of that statute, it says that if a party under oath alleges in an affidavit or a pleading or on a form prescribed by the office of the chief court administrator that the health, safety, or liberty of a party or child would be jeopardized by disclosure of location information, the information must be sealed and shall not be disclosed to the other party or the public unless the court, after a hearing, determines that it is in the best interest of justice that such disclosure be made. So the default is if you file the form necessary to say that your health, safety, or liberty are in jeopardy by disclosing your address, the default is that it is sealed, and it only gets unsealed if the court says to, basically, after a hearing. So the statute goes on to say that the party making such allegation shall, 1, provide obvious notice to the clerk of the court that such allegation is being made. So, basically fill out the form necessary, which I'll show you in a moment. 2, not file location information that poses the risk unless ordered by the court. 3, identify in writing documents previously filed with the court that contain location information that poses the risk. And 4, if at the time the allegation is made, the party is not represented by counsel in the proceeding, you must provide the clerk of the court with a mailing address that may be disclosed to the public. So, obviously people may need to get a hold of you, or, the court may need to get a hold of you as part of the proceedings. So, if you have a lawyer, they can just get a hold of your lawyer. But if you don't have a lawyer, you have to provide a mailing address so that the court can send you documents. So I'll now show you the form that you actually have to fill out. I'm not going to share the form on my website just because these forms are often updated periodically by the court. So I'd rather have you do a Google search for the form in case it has been updated. So what you'll want to do is search for JD-FM-188. That is the form number here in Connecticut. So if you look at the form, you just have to put the name of the case. So if it's a divorce case, a custody case, or a restraining order case, you put the name of the case. If there is a docket number yet, you put the docket number. But if if this is the first time that you're filing the custody case or the restraining order case, you don't have a docket number yet. So you can just leave the docket number blank, and the court will fill it out, or they'll just leave it blank. You put the plaintiff's first name and the defendant's first name. So if you are filing an action, for the first time, then you will be the plaintiff and the opposing party will be the defendant. And then you're going to go on to fill out the form. So you're saying that the above name, and then plaintiff or defendant, or if it's a restraining order situation, it's applicant or respondent. But applicant is essentially the equivalent of plaintiff, and respondent is the equivalent of defendant. So you're saying that you believe that the health, safety, or liberty of myself or my children. So, check off these boxes, one or the other, or both, and then specify the names if it's, your own name or the names of your children. That it would be jeopardized by disclosure of location information. I therefore request that no location information contained in this case pertaining to myself or my children be disclosed to anyone, including parties to this case, and that the information be sealed. So again, you check off one box or both. So if you have an attorney, you check off here and you put the attorney's first, middle, and last name. And if you don't have an attorney, you're asking that, you have to provide your mailing address in this box so that the court can fill it out. And then, so if you're filing the actual restraining order or custody application, if there are any boxes that ask for your address, just leave those blank, or you can put your mailing address in that address. I would just ask the clerk, the courthouses may be different in their preferences, so I would ask the clerk how they want you to fill out those boxes on the actual applications themselves. And then you have to check one of these boxes. So there have been no documents previously filed with the court that contain location information that poses the risk. So if your address has never been filed with the court, then you don't need, you check off this box. Or if your address has been filed with the court in the past, you should check this box and then, put the pleading number on which that address is listed. So if you look up your case on the judicial website, each pleading has a number. So you put the pleading number and maybe the date that the pleading was filed, and if it's one of your past appearance forms, those don't have pleading numbers, so just put the date of the appearance form. So basically, you're just putting in a description of the document that you want sealed. So those are the basics. Then you sign the form and have it notarized in front of the clerk, or you can have it notarized on your own. So those are the basics on the steps you need to take if you want to have your home address sealed. So as usual, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact our office. And if you are looking for representation in a family law case, we would invite you to contact us as well.